411 Live.
Where you can learn about issues that impact us every day. State of world, 411 Live.
Real people, real talk.
Made to help people in our community in every way. For your girl, 411 Live.
Hey, I want you to do something for me. Think about the dreams you had in your childhood. Now, think about those dreams you had, say, when you graduated from high school, thinking about your future, and those you had in young adulthood. Have you realized those dreams? Are you working on those dreams? Or have you totally abandoned them? Hello, everyone. I'm Beverly Taylor, and this is the 411 Live, Real People, Real Talk. Today, I have some inspiring individuals here joining me from Milwaukee who are breaking barriers and they're building dreams from the air. This will all make sense as I introduce you to them. First of all, Dr. Charles Allen, a retired Air Force pilot, a physician, and current, program coordinator of Beginnings Aerospace Ministry?
Correct.
Okay. And then there's Juan Hogans, who is, I'm very proud to say, a licensed pilot now. Yay, yay. And we also have Camille Pierce, who in a few months will be a licensed pilot. Welcome to all of you. Now, we've got two returners. That would be Dr. Allen, who affectionately is referred to as Chuck. So I will be going Dr. Allen, Chuck, Charles, but we know it's you, all right? And Juan, you were here last year, and at that time, you did not have a license.
Before I was licensed.
And you were excited, but you had some work to do to get that license, and you did it. And now you're working on your commercial license.
Instrument commercial.
That's impressive. I'm real proud of you. And then we have a bonus guest, and that's Camille. So welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
I'm great. I'm really glad that you're here. Dr. Allen, I want to start with you because I want to get some background for people who may not have seen the other podcasts and don't know about New Beginnings. You've been involved in that. It has kind of a holistic approach. I mean, there's stems, there's STEM, a little bit of scripture involved in the summer camp, and they're all avenues of aviation. So tell me a little bit about it.
Well, the program started actually in 2007. Pastor Jerome Spencer. Mm-hmm. He was the pastor of New Beginnings Church. And he had, through, I guess, the Holy Spirit came and mentioned aerospace to him. And he called myself up and a few other pilots and said, hey, I have this idea of how we can get young folks involved in not only the Bible, but also giving them options, because many of our young people were going down the wrong path. He says, and aviation seems to be the key. And so starting in 2007, the goal was three things that the ministry try and do. First and foremost, improve academic performances in reading and math.
Okay.
And we do that through aviation. And communication skills. We do that through aviation. Juan now talks like the man on the 6 o'clock news.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Beverly Taylor on the news.
The other objective is to get them closer to understanding who they are and the potentials that they have. Mm-hmm. And finally, somehow making them become responsible citizens. And we used aviation as that carrot.
Yeah.
Because children get excited around airplanes. And we come to discover, like with Juan, who's never dream that perhaps they can fly an airplane. Well, yes, you can.
Yeah.
And so since 2007, we've been ministering to children, first getting them to understand who they are by getting them into the Word of God, exposing them to all of the tremendous number of aviation careers. I mean, just a tremendous number. Not everyone has to fly an airplane. But you can certainly be a maintenance individual. You can certainly be a radar controller, and the list goes on and on. And then from there, we are hoping that if we inspire one, that one will change the perception of 2 or 3 others of his or her friends.
Right.
And so since 2007, we've been doing this. The ministry has pumped out, as of to date, we have 8 young people that have gotten their private pilot's license through the ministry.
Wow.
And I will add, at no cost.
Exactly, free.
No cost.
That's huge.
That is absolutely huge. That has always been one of the major drawbacks of why so many people of color are not in aviation. It is expensive. And I can tell you, I can throw out the actual number. New Beginnings Aerospace Ministry shelled out $8,243.37 for Juan to get his private pilot's license.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's all through donations. Donations and perhaps grants.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, like kids in the central city who may not have this exposure, this is a way of getting in there. But once they're in there, they don't have to become a pilot. They learn so much. So
Exactly.
any road that they try to decide to go,
Correct.
they have some skills.
They have some skills. And so we will expose them to radar controllers. We'll have meteorologists come in and talk to them. We'll have engineers come in and talk to them. A number of professionals will come in and present their story. I really like to find the young engineers out there to bring them into the ministry and have them present to young people that's not much, they're not much older than the young persons or the group that they're talking to.
Yeah.
They all share pretty much the same brain.
Right.
Yeah.
And parents who are listening, if they have a kid who's not that interested in school, math, science, this is one way to get that interest. Because if you can go into this and see how, okay, math makes sense now because of this.
Because of this.
Science makes sense now because, weather or whatever. It motivates.
It motivates, exposes them to all of the possibilities that are there. If you were to scratch beneath the surface, basically the ministry is saying, these are your options. Here's
Excellent.
option A, and here's option B. Option B has so many different avenues that you can travel. Go take option A, or it will lead to 1 or 2 places. And neither one is good.
Yeah, I hear you. So you took the right option, Juan.
Gladly.
And you got into this. I mean, when you went through the summer program, did you think that you would continue on to get a pilot's license?
Originally, I definitely could never see myself going this far when I first walked through those doors, It was a great experience for sure. Coming in, I wasn't a maths, definitely not science, and definitely not weather type of guy. But through being a pilot, you have to know all that stuff because it's important for you to know, or because it could, save your life or make you make good decisions. So.
Yeah. Okay, so Camille, I'm going to bring you in. So the whole thing of aerospace, aviation, that sparked an interest in you when you were at North Division High School, right?
That's correct.
At the ACE program.
With the ACE program.
So with that program, did they kind of take you through a lot of things that happened in this summer program?
They did. We were assigned positions at the airport, and I think my first job was aircraft refueling.
Really?
Yeah, with the major airlines, the big jets.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is great, but not really where I'm trying to go. I didn't really have an interest or really kind of an idea of really what I wanted to do in aviation. It really wasn't aviation. It was just exposure. It was a job, and it was a new experience. But my second year in the ACE program is where I was placed at Signature Flight Support, and that's where I had that connection to the aviation industry with an actual pilot.
Okay.
It was a Gulfstream 500,
You still remember,
Oh,
right?
I'll never forget. It was one of,
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
From there, that shaped your future because you chose a college. What that pinpointed that aviation?
I did, yeah. It was because of that pilot who told me, about Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. So I did my research. Very prestigious school, and very hard to get in.
Yeah,
I did what I had to do.
yeah. You a Gates scholar?
I won the Gates Millennium Scholarship, which is a full tuition scholarship.
That's beautiful.
We pay for that.
That's beautiful. Look at Juan going.
I love that sound.
Yeah.
So you graduate and you have an aeronautical science degree?
I graduated with aeronautical science for my bachelor's and safety science for my master's.
Oh, you got a master's as well. Good for you. Good for you. So you go to Arizona to school and you come back to Milwaukee.
And I come back to Milwaukee.
And then you become the program coordinator over ACE?
Of the program, correct. That was not in my vision. That was not my field. That was not. But it kind of was really a testament to my background, my passion, and it was destined. I'm supposed to be in the air because I really don't know what else I want to do.
Right.
So
then you hook up with Chuck. Right?
And then I meet the main guy, the guy that's going to change my life.
The man with the plan.
The man with the plan. Oh, he's going to
you're
make
being
sure.
kind.
And I can imagine that conversation because once you started talking about, your background and everything, and he's probably like, well, you need to get up in the air.
Eyes lit up. What? Oh, right now, here's the information. Do this, fill this out, bring it back, and we were rocking and rolling in 2 weeks.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
That's
You
right.
don't waste any time, do you?
No, he did not.
No.
Yeah, you saw the potential. And you love it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you are flying and you're behind the, what do you call it up in the plane? It's not the
yoke.
steering wheel.
The yoke.
Yoke.
The
Right.
yoke. Okay, and you love it.
Oh,
Or the
it's great.
stick.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah. So, you are a mentor to Juan and Camille, and you're seeing your mentees up in flight. How does that make you feel?
I know.
And I think I can speak for any educator, any professional that works with people,
Yeah.
particularly children or young adults. There's, outside of watching the birth of one of your children, to see the light bulb come on. When all of a sudden you see them light up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, you know that they have arrived. You know that you have arrived. And you know at that point that you might as well get out of their way and let them do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Let them pursue their dreams. You just augment it from time to time.
And for you, I guess that's confirmation that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
As confirmation.
Yeah. So you want to see more.
Oh, absolutely.
More up in the air.
Absolutely.
And that
Partic-
potential is certainly there.
Particularly people of color.
Mm-hmm.
And I really get tickled pink when I see young black women come through the door. I too start to light up like a Christmas tree because I know what's out there for them. And I know that once they start down this path, the opportunities become endless. Endless.
And you're both dreaming of becoming commercial pilots.
Yes, ma'am.
For the majors, possibly owning my own charter fleet so I can give Doc take them up.
And that's kind of your dream too, isn't it,
Yeah,
Juan?
pretty much the exact, to be honest.
Yeah.
The charter fleet, that would be nice to own. And be a commercial pilot. That Gulfstream 500 sounds pretty amazing.
Right.
to fly.
Come on, Juan.
You know what would be amazing to me is to get a ticket and go to the airport, get on the plane, and look in the cockpit pit and see one of you guys as my pilot. That would be awesome.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Soon.
You know,
Soon.
what would be awesome for me is for Juan to come up, get that business going, pull up on one of the airports, pull on the ramp, say, "Hey, Doc, want to go for a ride?" Hell yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk about some of the challenges, some of the things that you guys are facing in realizing your dreams, because I know this is not an easy thing, but you guys are, you're committed, and you're going to make it happen.
For sure.
You are listening to the 411 Live. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority, filling up something far more important than any feed. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday, with understanding, empathy, and compassion, leaving hate to become what it truly is, a whisper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the 411 Live. I'm here with Dr. Charles Allen, or Chuck as we're calling him. He is a retired Air Force pilot and physician, but he is program coordinator with New Beginnings Aerospace Ministry, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. He's also a flight instructor, and he's instructing Camille, who will very soon get her license. And, of course, we have Juan Hogans, who was involved in the New Beginnings program. We talked to him last year, and he had all these hopes of getting his pilot's license, and he's done it. Done it. All right. So let's go back. Let's talk about this now. When you made that decision, both of you, when you made that decision that this is what you wanted to do, you just don't, it just doesn't happen. I mean, there's some studying to do. You get up in the plane, and that's always fabulous. But you got to have the knowledge, too. Challenges. What was the biggest challenge for you, Juan?
Well, having my private pilot's license now, I mean, I say I came a long way, but it's a long way to go as well.
Mm-hmm.
But for the biggest challenge, I definitely say the check ride. Doc, before he told me this probably would be like the hardest and the most I've ever studied in my life, and it for sure was.
Was it?
It was for sure was. I don't think I ever just studied random stuff and trying to figure out everything about a topic. Cause on the check ride they can literally ask you anything and you got to answer and be correct.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say the check ride. But after it was over, it was just the best feeling the best feeling to be able to pass, and you're a private pilot. So it's definitely all worth it in the end. A lot of work, a lot of studying, but the feeling you get from winning and finally achieving it, definitely worth it.
Yeah. So now you're back in that work mode, right?
Yeah.
So is this study even more? I mean, or is it kind of a review of what you have and then just adding pieces to it, or
Well, yeah, I can't forget nothing I've learned, of course, but I've been told instrument is the hardest of all to get the ratings. So, you know, I'm at private, but I got to go instrument, commercial, multi-engine, maybe CFI. So it's we came a long way, but it's a long way to go for sure. But yeah, instrument is basically flying the plane without being able to see outside. So it's kind of one of the most important for sure. But we gonna get there for sure. Studying to take the reading soon, and we'll get that done and keep flying.
Well, I think mindset is what 70% of the the issue.
Mindset.
You got to get the mind right. And if you're at that mindset of, I'm going to do it, then you're on the road.
No other choice.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's definitely a refueling and a light, and to have Doc, what did you say, pushing you to keep going. So
yeah,
I give a lot of props to Doc.
He's a big cheerleader.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
All right, Camille, you're a mother. You have a 10-year-old. You're working a job, and you're studying.
Yeah.
You've got a lot on your plate, and you've got to balance all of that.
Yeah. I would call that a challenge. But you get creative, and my goal has always been to be in the air. So I make it work.
There you go.
I think for a long time, my anxiety it was always, I don't know if I can do this. I don't see anybody that looks like me doing this. I don't have any help. I can't talk to nobody because they won't understand.
Yeah.
So I found him.
And he's in your corner all the way.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I know, it's emotional, right? Somebody pushing you, and that's what you need.
Yeah.
That's what you need. I know, okay, it's going to make you cry too, Doc.
Yeah.
You're really affecting people.
True.
In a good way.
It's infectious.
Yeah. We go back to the beginnings, and a lot of this exposure is the big thing. For more kids to get involved in this,
Correct.
for more kids to be another Camille, be another Juan.
Correct.
That exposure. And New Beginnings, the summer program, is, the catalyst, right? So how do people register? When will the class begin? Where is it taking place? Let's get this out so parents can get on it right now. And the idea that it's free, okay? And also, it's free because of donations. So people who are here who don't have a kid or don't know a kid, they can help with their donations.
Correct.
Okay. Tell us when.
Okay.
Registration, all of that.
Registration, the first day for the summer program starts June 21st, and we'll be at Timmerman Airfield, starting from 10 to 2. And it's every Saturday except for holiday weekends like the 4th of July. Parents can go on, they can actually register by going over to New Beginnings Aerospace Ministry website and actually register their child for the program. They will also be able to register their child on the 21st as well.
At Timmerman.
At Timmerman.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Very good. And then those donations.
And then there are the donations.
How do people get that to you?
Oh, they also can do that online through our scan, or they can mail in their donations using the online address for New Beginnings, or they can go through what we call PayPal. Is it PayPal?
Something like that.
Something like yes. They can do that as well.
Okay. Because you know the saying, it takes a village.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we can all work and contribute and make this happen for more kids. Especially kids of color who never thought that they could ever be a pilot or fly.
Exactly. And like I said, the thing that was holding most of our children back, once you expose them to the airport environment, and then they look around and they see very few of us coming out of those airplanes. Oftentimes, a child would ask, "Well, how come I don't see a lot of us?" And well, one of the reasons that you don't see a lot of us is, one, no one probably took the time to expose you to this. We're going to remove that roadblock. And the second thing that I would tell them is it cost a tremendous amount of money, of which many of our people just don't have that type of cash floating around.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking to invest $8,000, $9,000 to get a license that really, in essence, can't do much for you in terms of bringing in that income until you get that commercial rating. Then you can start to recoup some of your cost. But until that happens, it's just basically like a hobby, an expensive hobby, learning, developing the skills for a hobby.
Tell me the thing that you have also noticed, because you go to the Watertown Airport to fly, and you were saying you're noticing a shift in culture or thinking from that. What are you seeing?
Before I answer that specifically, it goes back to what Pastor Jerome always used to say. And he always would say, if you do what's right and it's good, people will notice, and you can inflict or bring about a change. Now, you may not change their behavior per se, but you can certainly change their perception to make it fit.
Yep, and that's key.
And since Camille and Juan they've been showing up frequently. Juan has no idea of how many people perceptions have changed because of him.
Wow.
I mean, where we fly out of, you can ask Juan, how many black pilots have you seen come through that place?
Just us.
Just us. And being just us, few in number, but the few in number, like the Marines would say, all we need are a few good men and women. Well, all we need are a few good men and women to bring about a perception. And since they've been showing up, many other pilots, particularly in the 320 chapter, E8 320 chapter, they've taken notice. They've taken notice and they've seen the development. And you know what they say about Juan? He said, "Oh, what a nice young man." And I say, "Oh, you're just looking at the tip of the iceberg." I said, "Where he comes from, there are millions of Juans. You just haven't met him yet. Yeah. But in time you will."
I like that. Well, hey, guys, we're out of time. I told you it would go fast. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming and sharing and getting us this information about the summer program that's coming up. And I hope a lot of people will register and donate. And the email address, one more time, is?
Email in small caps, CEALLEN@uwm.edu.
Okay.
And for the summer program, I really 100% recommend coming. You don't even have to register. Just stop in. I'll be there helping out, teaching, of course. Like I said, just stop in, see how the airport vibe feels. Give it a try.
All right.
Give it a try.
Giving back. I love it. Hey, and thank you for joining us for another episode. We are a nonprofit organization, so if you'd like to partner with us, go to our website, the411live.org. You guys, one more time, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And until next time, I'm Beverly Taylor, and this is the 411 Live. Real people, real talk. If you would like to check out past episodes, there are many ways. Go to your favorite podcast platform. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Like and watch us on Facebook. Watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have suggestions for future episodes, go to our website, the411live.org.